I think the release of the Sonos Ray is an interesting choice because this is considered Sonos' entry-level soundbar, but its application though can be used for your TV like any other Sonos soundbars, or like what we do here, we connected it to our PC because you can do that. And not only that, this soundbar is also considerably lower in terms of price compared to any other Sonos soundbars, but it still has the essentials right. So let's share our experience with you after using this for quite some time. So by first looking at the size of the Sonos Ray, we can see that it is much smaller compared to the Sonos Beam Gen 2 that we previously reviewed. You can check it out at the top right corner there. And this is a front-firing speaker soundbar only. There's no speaker at the top, so that means if you want to experience some sort of surround sound, then it is impossible to do with this soundbar alone. But granted, since this is a part of the Sonos ecosystem, you can buy even more Sonos speakers to pair them up to create your own surround sound setup instead of just constrained into one single product. What we have at the top though are a couple of touch-sensitive buttons. We have the usual play pause button, next and previous buttons. And as you can see or cannot see, we do not have any microphones on the Sonos Ray. That means there is no smart assistance on this speaker. The ports of this Sonos Ray though is rather interesting. So like any other Sonos speakers, we do have Wi-Fi connectivity and also an Ethernet port for direct internet access. And it also supports Apple AirPlay 2 as well. But for direct audio feed, we do not have an audio jack, but there is only an optical input, or also known as Toslink, and also known as SPDIF. All these three names mean the same connection, and this connection technically is supported by a lot of TVs and also desktop sound cards, but you will need to check for compatibility because not all of your products will have this connection. Luckily, the Sonos Ray did include an optical cable inside the box as well. And our TV, the Xiaomi P1 43-inch, also has a built-in Toslink port as well, so we can just directly plug it in and use. And our desktop also has that port. But specifically for the Sonos Ray, there's also one more feature where we can use the infrared port of this soundbar to control the TV that we have. But unfortunately, that TV isn't supported in the list of TVs that are supported. So once again, you have to check for compatibility. And the reason why this kind of feature exists is because the soundbar is placed at the bottom of the TV and it blocked the TV's infrared receiver. So that task is handed off to the soundbar, if it's supported, of course. The sound quality of the Sonos Ray is also surprisingly good despite its small size. Even though it doesn't have a top-firing speaker and all the sound comes from the front only, I would still say the soundstage still sounds good, but you will have to sit directly in front of the soundbar to get the best audio experience. Even if you are off-center by a bit, you can still get decent sound quality because if you look from the top, the Sonos Ray is kind of trapezoidal in shape, so it still kind of, propagate the sound towards the left and right side of the soundbar. But of course, since this is a Sonos product, we can use the Sonos app as well, and then we can integrate it with other services like the Sonos Radio HD. I kind of forgot the name, but I think that's the full name of it. Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube Music, yada yada. All of those services are also compatible with the Sonos Ray as well. So in our setup here, that means that we don't have to power up the desktop and we can still listen to music via the Sonos Ray through Wi-Fi or the Ethernet port. So that is, more choices for you. We can also use the Sonos TruePlay to fine-tune this soundbar's specific sound signature to that specific room that we're in. However, this M1 iPad Air is still not supported yet, so yeah, we can't do that for now. So that's pretty much it about the Sonos Ray. It's a simple, no-frills, good sound quality soundbar that you can use with your TV or your desktop like what we show here. But again, remember to check for compatibility, because otherwise you'll be buying this thing but then you can't use it. So yeah, I absolutely love this soundbar for its low profile, actually considerably low profile for a desktop speaker, because I saw a lot of people on Reddit actually bought the Sonos Ray to use with their high-end monitor that is mounted on a monitor arm, and then they just put the Sonos Ray underneath the monitor. It saves space, has good sound quality, and most important of all, it looks good. But as for the price of 1,799 ringgit though, I think it's a pretty hefty price for a soundbar, but in Sonos' standards, this is considered their lowest price soundbar in their entire range of products. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have to share with you. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.